Hello, everyone out there. Yeah, I thought I'd do a little video recording some handheld games outside because they're meant to be used outside, aren't they? So this is probably a good idea. I tried to do it while I was walking along and realised why no one does that, because I've got like this camera holder thing and it's just all over the place while I'm walking along. To be honest with you, the conditions today are not fucking ideal. It's really fucking windy. I can barely fucking see at the moment. Shit's going fucking everywhere. And I'm just, yeah, I can't see. The wind's going straight in my eyes. You've got no audio from the game because, well, honestly, you wouldn't hear shit anyway. So just turn that off. All you'd hear is the wind going over it. What I need to do is find a place, some quiet little spot where I can just sit down, play a fucking game, and record it with this dumbass camera got strapped to me without being bothered by anybody. And I'm just searching for that little spot to sit in where no one's gonna fuck with me or bother me. Once I find that little spot, that's gonna be my little video spot for recording some handheld stuff. Right, it is a bit of a crazy day today for video games. It's the day the PS5 launches today, and things are going crazy online. People are going mental trying to get a PS5. Yeah, chances of getting one of them today is, well, it's nothing really. They're just sold out everywhere. People are like going on the websites. The thing is with it, right? You've got a very high demand that people, the games companies, they just cannot produce enough consoles on launch day for. Extremely high demand, and you've got scalpers as well. People who will go on these websites on a whim. They don't really want a PS5. Just knowing that if they manage to get hold of one, it's like you've doubled your money basically. If you manage to get hold of one of these things, you have doubled your money. If you get hold of one of these day one, easy, no question. So you got a lot of people doing that. So you get people that don't want to buy one, they want to buy 10 or more or whatever else. Yeah, it's we got all these game things being released. We got the PS5. We got the new Xbox. We got the new graphics cards. No one can get any of them. They're all just sold out pretty much wherever you look. So, what you do really, you just kind of got to wait, haven't you? You just got to wait. Wait till after Christmas. Things will have calmed down, and you'll be able to get one wherever you want. Yeah, just playing this game really. I thought, I just trying to think of something unique to do on YouTube. And I was like, well, the only thing I could think of was like doing some videos outside, recording handheld consoles outside. I don't know. Maybe this is a good idea. Maybe it fucking isn't. My idea was that I record this and just like kind of talk about anything over it. Doesn't matter what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah. I did have a chance to get one of those new Xboxes. I saw them, they were up for pre-order. I was on Amazon when they launched on there. I think the one without the disc though, and I was like, I didn't really want one anyway. So, you know, the only reason I'd buy a PS5 or an Xbox at the moment is to sell it on, basically. I've got no interest in it. I don't really want to do that either. I don't want to be like fucking ripping people off. I feel very scummy doing that, you know. I don't really want to be doing that. But, you know, I got no interest in it. I did buy a graphics card, an Nvidia card, that I haven't got yet. I think I'm going to call them up and cancel that because I ordered it about 2 months ago and it's still not in stock. And they've had 700 quid of mine all this time. I'll just have the money back, you know. If it's not gonna be in stock, I'll just take back the money. I don't really want to wait any longer with that, to be honest with you. Yeah, very windy day, but you know what? It's not particularly cold. I'm not too bad. I think they launched the what was it? The AMD cards as well, didn't they? The 6800 or whatever the fuck it's called. Honestly, I didn't even bother looking for that. I thought, there's no way I'm going to get one of those. It would be the same as the Nvidia cards were. Same as a 3080. I thought, there's no way I'm be able to get one. Do you know what, of all this PS5 and Xbox stuff and like, even if I wanted one, do you know what? I think I wouldn't even sort of lower myself to like desperately trying to clamour for one at the moment. I'd just wait until, you know, after Christmas and, you know, you get one easy. Be a bit patient. I'd really, you know what really bothers me? People that are like really impatient. They just can't wait for anything. They have to have everything on day one. This is why scalpers do so fucking well. People can't be fucking patient with stuff. And they gotta have the PS5 on day fucking one, the Xbox, whatever, graphics card. They gotta have it. Before everyone else, immediately when it's available. They cannot just call it and wait. Here's the thing, right? You can make a lot of money by being patient, you know. You know, people, like I said, that people have got no fucking patience. They cannot wait. They cannot do anything like that. It's inconceivable for them to have anything new that they can't rip open in 3 seconds. It's just not something a lot of people even. I just, when I think of stuff like that, I think of very spoilt kids, like fucking, I don't know, like I think of like people that, you know, they just buy their fucking kids everything kind of thing, and they never get told no for anything. That's all I think of. And in a way, you know, these are the people that are responsible for scalpers basically existing and doing well. If people could just wait, it would all disappear. I don't know. I guess what happens, you got these parents, they got these fucking jobs where they earn fucking tons of cash, you know what I mean? Tons of fucking cash. And they don't give a fuck about spending 1,000 quid on a PS5. You know what I mean? They'll just go on eBay and go, oh, fuck it, just buying that. 1,000 quid, gone, you know. When I was a fucking kid, you know, this is why I've got this mentality of like patience, I think, and you know, that where I, you know, all my life, I'm the kind of person, I've been told no most of my life for most things, you know what I mean? And you learn to adapt with that, and you know, like I said, tell what you want to do. Go online now. Look at some stuff that you think might be collectible in the future. Look at some stuff you think might become collectible. And give it a try. I mean, here's the way I look at it, right? Your money's no good in the bank, is it? If you've got a few thousand, I mean, the key to it is you've got to have a bit of money to spare, but if you've got a few thousand in the bank, and you know you're not doing nothing with it, you know, try and invest it in something. People think to invest in things you have to like do the stock market and things. You really don't. You buy like fucking toys and things. The key is keeping it brand new in the box. My little investment tip at the moment may or may not pay off. Nintendo have got these little Game & Watch things. Well, I'm playing it right now. These little Game & Watch things, buy a few of them and keep them. They're still available. You can still buy them on Amazon and things now. So it doesn't look like they're going to sell out this year. But if you buy a few of them, you don't have to buy many. Buy a couple. They all of a sudden next year, when you can't buy them new anymore, they'll be worth. They may go up in value a little bit. You leave 50 quid in the bank for a year. How much are you going to make on that? I tell you what, if you're someone that's actually come across this video, you're very fucking lucky. Yeah, you've hit the jackpot with you know, I'm going to change your life basically in such a great way with all these little secrets I'm giving you. Yeah. Anyway, let me talk about this little thing. Oh, you know, it's only got 3 games on it. That's the downside of it. It's very well made. It's got a nice metal front on it. I did make another video on it, but didn't get any views. This one probably won't. Give it a try. Yeah, it's very well made. It needs more games though. That's the thing with it. I think the moment someone hacks this thing, it'll suddenly be worth, you know, that if someone manages to hack it and they stop selling them, anyone that's kept these will be totally in. I'm telling you. What I've found, right? Here's my secret of life. You can't go wrong with Nintendo handhelds. They always hold their value. They're always sought after. If this thing doesn't end up being sought after in some way, well, it's the very first Nintendo handheld in my lifetime that hasn't been. The very first Nintendo console of any description hasn't been collectible in the last, you know, at least since the Game Boys. You cannot fail with this thing, I'm telling you. The thing with the PS5 though, you can't buy it at the moment, right? You cannot buy it. This time next year. No, sorry. Not even that long. In February or something like that, when everyone that can't, all the spoiled idiots who can't wait a week for anything or 2 days for anything will have already got it. Some idiot disappointed with it or whatever will have put it on eBay. You know, a few months from now, you'll be clicking the eBay listings and you'll see one on Buy It Now pop up for about 250 quid probably. and you'll get yourself a bargain. That's how I'm gonna, if I'm gonna buy it, that's how I'm getting mine. I'm not paying 1,000 quid to some fucking scalpers. Just wait a few months. Patience in life. Patience is definitely a virtue. Have some patience. It's a bit different when you're a kid, I guess, but here's the thing, when I was a fucking kid, my parents, you know, they did not have £1,000 to buy me anything. I'll tell you how I got my game systems. This is more than most people got, or more than some people got. I got my game systems when they went down to 100 quid. When they were £100, that's when I was allowed to get one. I got my Super Nintendo when it was £100. I got my Nintendo 64 when it was £100. I think the first console I had, the Sega Master System, it was second hand. I got a second hand Christmas present. Right, imagine that these days. Parents probably paid about 30 quid for it. You know. Yeah, so there you go. That's but I think people are a little bit more wise now, aren't they, to sort of collectibles and things than they were back then. Like, I think now most people keep the boxes of things, don't they? Most people. Even PlayStation owners, I think. I'll tell you another thing which is funny. I used to go to car boot sales. I don't really bother anymore. The COVID things happen, but to be honest with you, I was moving away from it. I was sort of getting to the point where it was a waste of my time kind of thing, and they were getting worse and worse. But if you want to know when a new game system's out, what we've got to do is go to the car boot, and you'll see the games for the old system fucking everywhere. They'll be everywhere. Yeah. PS5 day. I think what I find is, what I find is you go on like Twitter and places like that, and you get people that are so shocked they can't get one. You know what I mean? They're so shocked. Oh, how can these companies let me down? You know, they can't produce. You know, 3 million consoles in the space of, you know, a month or whenever they started production. You know, they just can't do it. They probably wouldn't want to either, because if they produce all those and there's something wrong with them, something wrong with the design or whatever, they're really fucked. Like they just wouldn't do that. The people that buy the first batch of consoles, basically, you're the test market. This is the test run. They're using you to test the fucking reliability of the systems out. You know, pretty much. They produce like a small amount. You know, it's saving their own asses, basically. They don't care if little Jimmy can't get his fucking new game system or not. If they make 100,000, or how many, probably making more than that, probably close to 1 million units or something worldwide. Make sure they all work alright, make sure no one's complaining about them, and then they roll out a few more, you know? They roll out another, I don't know. I've just thought of a really good place where no one's going to bother me if I sit playing a game thing, but it might look a bit weird. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's you know, that's just the way it works, basically. If you're wondering why you can't get things on the first day. It's always been the same with Christmas. I remember, you know, even games used to sell out years ago. I remember my parents had a hard time finding I think Zelda on the N64. They had a hard time finding that when I asked for it. I mean, if you did really want a new game system, and you did manage to get hold of one today, consider yourself very lucky, because, and you know, loads of people want this thing, and they just can't get hold of it, basically. Very difficult to find at the moment. What games are even out on these bloody things anyway? That's my question. I'm not even sure what games are on to play. What games are out on the PS5 on today, launch day? Do you know what, right? Over the years, I haven't been much of a PlayStation fan. I really haven't. I've always preferred one of the other consoles. The one I wanted the most, and I never got it, and I think maybe I should have, was the original PlayStation. When Resident Evil came out for it, and I think at one Christmas they bundled it with Resident Evil for 150 quid, and I should have got it, and I went with a Nintendo 64 with Doom instead. Always regretted that. I hear a lot of good things about Doom on the N64 now. It definitely wasn't a good game then when I got it. It wasn't terrible, but it was very mediocre compared to the other stuff that was around. So what is on the PS5 at the moment? I think the new Resident Evil is coming out, isn't it? Like January, I heard. Might be wrong about that. I think that's coming out January. That I'm interested in. I've got to be honest with you, these days I don't play as many new games as I used to. I really don't. I find that I got to be honest, these days I collect these arcade games, these arcade PCBs. That's what I do, and I have a lot of fun with those. And I think because I see them as sort of my time, as now I feel like new games, I'm a bit past it, really. I'm 36 now, and I'm a bit past it to really, really be into them like I would have been as a kid. I got stuff like
Yeah, so the letter of Lisa, I'll
Jesus Christ, that woman, holy crap. It's good to get out, that's all I'm saying. How is she not cold wearing that? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, maybe if I got some sort of subscriber base on YouTube, it would reignite my my gaming loins, whatever you want to call it. Very... What I find now is you got three main consoles, haven't we? I find two of them just overly similar. I just find the Xbox and the PlayStation, I don't know. I feel like an old man just sort of screaming into the wind, you know what I mean? At this point, but I don't really see the difference. But I don't know. I just find it mind-boggling, really. A lot of what people buy and don't buy, I guess. It's strange to me. I do sort of think, why doesn't everyone just buy a fucking computer? Build a computer, play games on that. It's got all the. It's not because it's nothing to do with it being better, like graphically. It's more just like there's no difference in the games. You know what I mean? They're all the fucking same shit. I'm waiting for a couple games to arrive. Actually, I do hate waiting for things to arrive. It does seem to take forever sometimes. Do you know what as well, right? It always seems to be the thing that you wanted the most always seems to take the longest to fucking arrive. I know it's like a psychological thing where whenever you order something you really want, you're, okay, I can't wait to get that. The fucker on the other end seems to take forever to send it. You never seem to get it. You're just waiting forever. That's what's happening to me at the moment. I'm waiting for something to arrive. Game thing, an old game thing. What is it about like nostalgia for old games that just really? What is it about old games that really sort of gets me? I have no idea. It's hard to explain it. I guess it kind of reminds me of a simpler time, I suppose, when, you know, all there was video games for me, rather than being an adult and having to deal with adult style problems. You know, years ago you didn't get any of that. You just, yeah, it was the be all and end all, wasn't it? A good fucking video game back then. Do you know what, right? It's like the Resident Evil games, while we're on the subject. I absolutely loved them. I think up until 5, and when 5 came, number 5 I was less sort of into. 6 I never even played. 7 I really liked. But those remakes they've made, I just don't like them. I find them so sort of, just feels like Resident Evil paint by numbers sort of thing. Very sort of this bit and that, but you know, we've seen everything. It's been done. I really dislike action third person action Resident Evil, and I just see those remakes as that. They've took away the horror of Resident Evil 2 and 3 and just made it into boring, crappy action games. And they're not scary, they're just like boring shite, basically. I was watching someone else play, I think Resident Evil 2, on Twitch TV or something. The remake. I was kind of enjoying it. They were enjoying it, but I never want to play the games themselves myself. I really just wasn't interested. I really like 7 because I like the horror. That's what I want Resident Evil. I want an actual horror game. I'm really hoping 8 lives up to that. It looks like it's going to. It's something to do with witches or something. Witches fucking terrify me, so that'll be good for me, right? Yeah, anyway, over and out. That'll do for now.